Hello again, this is Captain John with another one of my video tips of the week. In today's video tip, I'm going to show you 7 ways to make docking and maneuvering smoother and easier aboard your sailboat. Remember that wind and current and the approach channels to a marina can be quite different once you get inside the harbor. There the wind could be blocked by homes, buildings, trees, hills, or other obstructions, and current can back eddy or bounce against a wall and change direction. Concentrate on the bases of pilings to study current tails. Study the masthead flies of sailboats to understand the true wind direction inside close quarters. You can use prop walk to help make a tighter turn into a slip. If you have a right-hand propeller, when you back down, the stern will move or walk to port. If your slip lies to starboard, you can use this characteristic to make a tight turn at slow speed. As you turn into the slip and you need the bow to come faster over to the starboard side, give one or more short bursts of a stern propulsion. This will kick the stern to port and the bow to starboard. Use this technique to make a tight turn in close quarters. Remember that all vessels have a natural pivot point, and you can create your own artificial pivot points. A natural pivot point is located near the beam, and you can find your natural pivot point in open water. Toss a life ring over the side. Bring the beam of the boat close to the life ring, put the rudder hard over toward the life ring, and then circle the life ring at a constant speed. The life ring should stay just about inside your pivot point, and you can adjust this as necessary for your particular vessel to find her natural pivot point. Spring lines create an artificial pivot point. Wherever on your boat you attach a spring line, that's the point about which the boat will turn as you tension the line. Use both natural and artificial pivot points to help you control your vessel in wind or current. You always have more positive control over a vessel in a head propulsion than in a stern propulsion. When you place your shifter in a head propulsion, water is drawn from forward of the propeller and discharged after the propeller onto the rudder blade. That's why you have so much control in a head propulsion. When you shift into a stern propulsion, water is drawn from after the propeller and discharged forward toward the bow. That's why you need to build up stern way before your rudder becomes effective. Always try to make maneuvers in a head propulsion if practicable. Use just enough boat speed on the approach, but also when working with spring lines. Remember that nylon line stretches quite a bit, and if you release the tension on a spring line too quickly, this could result in a slingshot type effect once you release tension from the spring line. Ease the shifter back into neutral as you take the load off a spring line. This will be safer for line handlers and could avoid expensive damage to your lines or deck gear. Give all docking lines a freshwater washdown at least once a season and inspect the line from top to bottom. Make sure to dry the line before you put it into service again. Contact a dockmaster or marina owner and ask them if they have an open pier that you can use during a weekday or when traffic is at a minimum to practice actual docking and maneuvering. Making approaches to an actual pier will be much more effective for learning how your vessel operates under different conditions of wind and current. Now you know 7 ways to help you master the art of docking and maneuvering. Use these easy sailing tips for safer sailing on the waters of the world. This is Captain John, and this has been another one of my video tips of the week. Find more sailing tips and techniques on www.skippertips.com.